Give them bread and circuses, and they will never revolt. In ancient Rome, the emperor used a strategy called bread and circuses to keep people happy and prevent unrest. He gave out free food, bread, and organized big shows, circuses, to distract them. But when people got restless or unhappy, instead of fixing the real problems, the emperor just made more circuses. This shows how leaders sometimes choose quick fixes over addressing the root causes of issues. Jump to today, and we're still feeling the vibes of this ancient idea in our world, especially in sports like football, basketball, and soccer. Imagine the buzz of a packed stadium, fans going wild as players battle it out. It's not just a game, it's a show, like the ones in Rome, but with a modern twist. But there's more to it than just fun and games. Just like back then, we're kept busy with entertainment and excitement. These sports aren't just about scoring goals or making baskets, they're about the thrill, the escape from everyday life, and the sense of community they bring. But here's the kicker. While we're caught up in the excitement, are we missing out on what really matters? Are we too focused on the game to notice the bigger issues around us? The similarities between ancient Rome and today make you wonder if we're stuck in a loop, repeating history without even realizing it. Think of it like this. Modern sports events, just like the big shows in ancient times, gather huge crowds and get us all hyped up with their excitement. But here's the thing. While we're having fun, are we forgetting about the important stuff? It's like we're at a big game, but the real game is outside the stadium. Let's not just watch from the sidelines. Let's get in the game and make a difference. Get ready for a shocker. Ever stop to think why athletes in these sports score those massive million-dollar contracts? It's not just about their moves on the field. It's about their starring role in today's big show, keeping us hooked and tuned in. They're the ones who bring the thunder to the stadiums, ignite our passions, and whisk us away from the daily grind. But here's the thing to think about. While we're dazzled by all the excitement, are we forgetting about more important things? It's not just about their skills on the field. It's about their role in the modern-day circus, keeping us entertained and distracted. When we're caught up in the excitement of a game, we're less likely to think about the bigger issues in the world. You know what bread and circuses are, right? But hey, don't let that stop you from enjoying your favorite sport. Just remember to be a little more cautious next time. While sports can be a source of joy and excitement, it's important to be aware of the bigger picture and not get too caught up in the spectacle. So, keep cheering for your team, but also keep your eyes open and your mind engaged. Let's enjoy the game, but let's also remember to think critically about the world around us.
And all journalists know that there's some things you don't write about and you don't talk about because you'll lose your job. And that's where the control is. And that's why they pay anchormen like Dan Rather $2 million a year, because he doesn't question them. He knows that if he goes against them, he's going to lose $2 million a year. Do you think a man that looks pretty and sits in front of a TV camera for the 6 o'clock news is worth $2 million a year? No way. I don't care how long he works and I don't care what he does. There is no job worth $2 million a year. That's why they pay athletes these fantastic salaries. I was listening to the radio the other day. They just contracted to pay one player on one team $6 million a year. Can you believe this?
And why is that?
It's the Roman circus. What does the emperor do when the people become restive, and when the people are asking questions, and when the people don't like the policies of the emperor? He sends them to the circus. He creates a circus. He builds a giant coliseum. And he begins to throw the Christians to the lions. And he has great chariot races and football games and basketball games, all to keep the idiots preoccupied with things that don't mean anything in the scheme of the entire world, so that they don't have the time to learn what the truth is, so they don't ever get smart enough to learn how they're being manipulated, so they don't ever question the emperor. That's why they pay a player on a football team or a baseball team $1 million or $2 million or $3 million a year. It is the Roman circus. I know men who don't know anything in the world except who plays third base for the Mets. And they think that's a great accomplishment. And they meet and pat each other on the back and bond and go have cocktails and talk about what this guy that plays third base for the Mets did in last night's game. It's sad. It's really sad.